Yo, what's up, man? It's Fonzo back with another one, man. I'm here. Shit, today I want to do my honest review on a company that I work for. This after I had transition. I was like transitioning jobs or whatever. I had worked for this company called Pro Waste Management, right? And pretty much, man, it was under what I was supposed to been doing because I didn't drive tractor trailers. I was more like a roll-off truck. Like I put garbage cans and not garbage cans. I put porta potties. I was transporting porta potties, picking them up, dropping them off, you know, that type of thing or whatever. And man, it was the most horrible experience that I ever in my life had working for a company. Now, granted, like the actual work wasn't that bad. The work wasn't that bad. It was more than I should have been doing because I got my class A and I don't have to do all that, you know, tussling and busting and doing all that. But I end up just taking a job anyways. I got bills to pay, so I end up taking it anyways. And the first day, I came in. The guy seemed cool. His name was Marcus. He seemed cool. He was the owner of the company. I kind of figured that in the beginning when he did the interview with me, but I just, you know, rolled it off like whatever, you know. So, but it was red flags in the interview. I was asking him questions about benefits and everything like that, and he was like getting, like, it was red flags from him asking me that. For me asking him, he was like throwing up, like getting all suspicious. And it was like, dang, why he getting suspicious if I'm asking, because I'm asking about medical, dental, and stuff like that, because they didn't have it. So I was just, I never heard him mention it. So it was like, okay, let me ask. And when I asked, he was like, oh, well, what are you trying to do? Because somebody else came here on the first day, and a week later, they fell off the truck, and they were out, and I had to pay them. And I'm thinking, like, what do that got to do with me? I'm coming in here trying to work my butt off and work hard as I can and get the most money as I can. I'm not trying to sit on my butt and get some cheap checks. I want the whole check. You know what I'm saying? Now, what happened was he ended up hiring me. Boom. I started like later on in that week, like a Monday. The next week, I mean, like a Monday. And when I first came in, no, he wanted the second interview. Now, the second interview, this was the number one red flag for me. Okay, so I came to the second interview and he said it was a ride along. So the ride along, he told me, was gonna last 8 hours. And I flat out told him, like, 8 hours? I'm expecting to stay here for 30 minutes. Like, I come here, check out the trucks, you know, check out the equipment that we gonna be using, probably go to a few, you know, stops that's in the area, and probably leave. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that he wanted me to work a whole 8 hours for a ride along. So my question was, automatically, as it should be, will I be getting paid for this? Because this, I'm not free. You know, you can't buy me, you can't do nothing like that. But when it come to working and jobs and stuff like that, I am not free. I am not cheap. You know, when I come to work, and I'm well prepared. And I'm trying my best. So what happened was he ended up saying, well, if you get hired, this will go on your check. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I ended up staying like 5 hours, which was bullshit to me because I didn't give you my social, my ID, or nothing. Why am I working? Why am I working? It does not make sense. So if I don't get hired after this day, you pretty much stole some labor from me, I felt like. You know, that's some bullshit. But he was the owner, so me and him went back and forth with that for a minute, and I just ended up being quiet, like, whatever, let him have it. He was telling me, like, oh, you don't want jobs as much as I want them, and if I wanted something, I'm going to go get it. But at the same token, you right, but you have to pay if you want work. I will show up on time, do whatever I need to do, but you have to pay. You can't just, because you the boss, do that. And that became a very strong point of why I left in that place and why I quit. So fast forward a little bit. Okay, the guy Marcus, so happened, man, the guy he only hired his family. So it's only me and one other guy that works there that's not related to him. Well, he had like 2 females that worked in the office, but his mama worked for him, his sister, his cousin, his daddy, his uncle, his unborn child. Everybody worked for this guy that's in his family. And nobody liked him. I don't know if he noticed or not. I don't know if he gonna see this one day or not. I don't care if he do, but just to let him know, every morning we was rushing out of there so we won't see him. His brother worked there. He did not like him. He took advantage of his brother. He talked bad to his brother. He downed him because he was in a better position. And his brother just dealt with it because he needed the money. And the job was smooth because his brother was the owner. So he stayed there. Oh, and it was this other guy, this white guy that worked there, that got hired at the same time as me. And he got fired before me. And I don't know why the guy came. I guess he just wasn't going for the stuff like that Marcus was doing. Like, Marcus was so disrespectful as a boss, as an owner. So disrespectful. Like, he didn't care about nothing at all. I showed up every single day. I never missed a day, never called off. I probably called off like one time. I was working there like 4 months. I was always on time. We started at 5 in the morning. Another thing that he would do, he was very manipulative, very controlling. Okay, I would start work at 5 a.m. Right? It would be 5 p.m. and he would be telling me, like, if I go home without telling him that I'm going home, it's a write-up. But he gave me my route. He gave me my route. My route was this long, and I knocked every last one of them out. Now it's 5 p.m. and I'm ready to go, and I have to call him just to go home. So if I don't call him, I'm wrote up. But I did everything you told me to do. I'm a driver. You sent me to these sites. I knocked them out. I cleaned everything. I did what I was supposed to do. I put new ones. I switched it. And now I'm ready to go. He would not let me go home. He would not let me go home. He would not. And if I did, it was just so weird. And every day I would be the last person going home. And it's like I started when they started, but I can't go home without asking him. You know, he used to call me and text me all day, throughout the day when I went home. He would be texting me, telling me, oh, this wasn't done right. That wasn't done right. Instead of waiting till the next day until I came to work, he's texting me 11 and 10 at night, talking ish. You know what I'm saying? So I held on with that for a little while, and I held on for it for a little while, and I kept my mouth closed, but I just couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man, and I don't bend over for no money. So what I started doing was I started talking shit back. One day he called me, and I had got off work like at 8 o'clock at night, and the next day he wanted me to come in at like 5 in the morning. So I told him, I'm like, man, you know, I'm tired. I didn't get off till 8. I had to drive home. I didn't make it home till 9. I didn't go to sleep till like 11, 12 or something like that. I'm tired. And I was late. I told him like I was coming in. It was like I woke up late. So I'm like, it's like 8 o'clock, you know, and I'm on my way. And he was like, oh, well, are you coming or not? And I'm like, man, bro, I worked for you all week. I never call off. I never be late. I'm just knocking off what I do. And he had nothing but bullshit to talk about. Like, no matter how many hours I did, no matter how much I pleased the customers, it's always a change in plans. He'll tell me, do it like this. And then I'll tell him, hey, they won't let me do, oh, it's supposed to take you 2 minutes to get off the truck. So I have to lift the lift gate up, climb up the truck, untie them because they tied down the porta potties. I will have to take the porta potty off, lift it down, put it where the people want me to locate it, wherever they want me to put it. I got to call them and talk to them. He's telling me this is supposed to take 5 minutes. And I'm explaining to him like it's impossible. Even if I bust my ass, it's impossible. Nothing was good enough for this guy. He called your phone late night. He was a cheater. Every time we in the car together, he looking at women. He married though. He looking at this woman. He looking at that woman. He flirting with women. He, you know, like, it's just like, bro, his whole thing was flawed. His mother came in and she looked it so upset every day. Like, miserable every day. His own mother. His brother was miserable. The guy that worked there, the other guy, I forgot his name, he was miserable. He hated the guy. Everybody that worked there hate Marcus. And he the owner. And I just couldn't take it no more. Like, my final straw was I had ran out of fuel because I was rushing so much for this guy that I stopped right in front of the gas station. So he pulls up and he talking all type of shit. Now, mind you, these trucks that we in, they don't have no air conditioner. It's dead smack in the summertime, June and July. No air conditioner. I'm talking about nothing. It's so hot in the truck, I can't even breathe. You think he telling me, hey man, you should go home and, you know, have a nice day, man. It's hot out here. I'll see you tomorrow. You think he said that? No, he didn't care. He didn't care. That was the type of guy that didn't care about anything, bro, but what he cared about. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, he was a horrible guy. So the day I got fired, when he came, or I quit, fired, whatever he want to call it, he told me not to come back, but I wasn't coming back because I low-key wanted to whoop his ass. I'm going to keep it real. And I'm gonna tell you what he did. He knew I wanted to whoop his ass. He a pussy. So when the truck stopped, he came and he told me like, what, and I was telling him like, man, I was rushing. I couldn't do it. You know, my kids, this and that. Like, you know, I need to, you know, be able to get home on time because I'm starting so early. I'm doing 12, 13 hours. That man told me he ain't trying to hear none of that and looked me dead in my face. So when he did that, I looked him dead in his face and I said, all right. I knew right then and there I won't work there no more. And I walked off and I was walking in a circle, like, as he was calling his co-workers to come help us with the truck. I was just walking in a circle trying to cool off because I'm a little older now. So, you know, I know how to just separate myself instead of acting off impulse. And it was a horrible experience, man. When he did that, I just knew. So we ended up driving the truck. It was like 2 blocks from the yard. We drove the truck to the yard. And when I made it there, he was like, oh, this not gonna work. And I told him, man, I'm sick of you. This is my last day anyways. You talk too much. You act like a bitch. I'm tired of hearing your voice. Do you know this guy had his gun? He had his uncle. His uncle worked there too. He had his uncle bring him his gun because he was scared I was gonna beat his ass. Because I was with him. He didn't have a gun. Then his uncle came. I guess his uncle slid him the gun and he put it on his waist and was like extra stretching and so I could see it. But little did he know I've been shot before. Not saying it don't hurt or not saying nothing like that, but like I'm not a scary motherfucker. I grew up in Chicago. This is a suburb ass nigga. Like this nigga was from Elk Grove or some shit like that, like some suburb. Grew up in a big house, family had money, and like he was just so fucking privileged and an asshole. I did not like him. And honestly, if I see him again, I'll slap the shit out of him. So Marcus, if you see this, brother, no cap. If you see me, you know what time it is, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And if you see this, shoot me a goddamn message if you want your one. I'll give you your one. I'll beat the shit out you. I ain't gonna lie, Marcus. I'll beat your ass. You's a bitch. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm glad I'm in a motherfucking better truck. Nice truck that got fucking heat. Got everything in it. It's very comfortable. I don't fucking be yelled at all day. They tell me what they need me to do. I do it, and that's it. I go home. They don't call me when I'm at home. They don't bother me. They not narcissistic. They not crazy. They not. Maybe they is, but they just, as long as I do my job, they don't bother me. So this is my review with Pro Waste Management. It's trash. He do not clean the and this is not allegedly. This is what I know for a fact from me working there. So you can try to sue or do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. This is my opinion of working there. I worked there, and this is what I didn't say you did nothing weird, nothing like that. I said you's a weirdo, for sure. You know what I'm saying? His brother looked like he gay. They look like they got some shit going on. Like, I don't know. His own brother. It's just some weird people, bro. They some weird people. They some weird people, man. You know what I'm saying? But they do, Pro Waste do not wash. They come in there. They don't spray nothing. They just spray it with water. And they change the toilet papers. They put old toilet paper in y'all shit. Like, they horrible, man. That is a horrible company. That is a horrible company, and he mistreat everybody that worked there. Everybody. So, from me to y'all, me and my followers, man, if y'all ever need a job and y'all see them come across y'all timeline, Pro Waste Management, decline it. I don't care. They not paying nothing but $25 an hour. With your CDL. That's crazy work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know if y'all ever had some experiences like this before. Let me know. Get up with me.